Welcome back, YouTube. So I just want to make a short little video about a 80 series and a 70 series 1911, and then a bushless barrel and a bushing barrel 1911. Okay, so the difference is on the 80 series, which is right in this area. This is a 70 series. This is the 80 series. This is the new model, or the new design. Is California compliant with a lot of states. This one's not compliant with a lot of states. It is with Nevada. All because of one little thing. One little thing. It's a safety plunger. I'll point it out with you guys right here. This right here. Let me turn it around so you guys can see it better. So the difference will be able to see better. Is this little plunger right here. They both have this little rail and the plunger, safety plunger for the trigger. So if this isn't engaged, then it won't fire. This one doesn't have it, as you can see. It doesn't have a safety plunger. Okay, remember, this is the government model 70 series. This is the basic design they made for 1911. I mean, it's got, it's a newer, updated version, but it's the basic. This right here is the basic design for a 1911. Let's get back to the 80 series. So the 80 series, and this is a 4-inch. This is a 5-inch government. This is a 4-inch. So this is something they made a little small so you can carry, which is better because this one, the maximum you can put in this one is 8 rounds magazine, which you can carry in every state, just about. But don't take my word on it. Look state. It varies for state to state. So make sure your gun's legal to go in that state before you even go into it. I know these guns are legal in the state. I bought them in the state. This right here, I bought just for an everyday carry. So this one is a 4-inch Kimber Raptor Pro 2. So this has the 4-inch barrel and it's bold. It's good for self-defense. Apparently, it's got a little flare at the end, so it lets the gats out. It needs to be polished again, or I might just get it all polished. I'm gonna get that smoothed out right there too. This one right here is a good carry gun. I like carrying it. And then to break it down, this little pin on the guide rod. They have a tool for it, what goes over it, and you can use a paper clip. I just use a paper clip. Just be careful you don't scratch the end of your barrel right here, or the end of your slide. Okay, this one, people say 70 series is better than 80 series. Not true. I mean, the only difference I see in these two is, this is a government issue model with a bushing barrel. You can do more. There's more things out there you can modify this with, like a compensator. You can just slide right on. You can still do it with this, but you're gonna have to get a special barrel and a special compensator. This one you don't really have to touch. It's a very good firearm. I'll do a review about it later. This one right here, I'm modifying a little bit. As you see, I put different grips. It's got nice aluminum triggers, both of them, but I'm going to show you the difference on the top of them. This one has right here that little pin, so when you put your hand right there, it pushes that up, which pushes that plunger up. Not a big deal. I don't think it's going to affect it that much. This one, the only thing it disengages is something inside of it, so you can fire it. This one does not have it. So when you disassemble these and reassemble them, make sure that this one right here, that's pushed in when you're doing it upside down, or it won't go in. It'll just shear it off, and it won't even work, and the gun won't even fire. Okay, let's get to the 70 series. 70 series, they say because it doesn't have this, the slide goes back smoother. I really don't know. I think this goes back smoother because the barrel's longer, the slide's longer. They say that these are a better gun. I fired them both. I'm gonna fire a lot more rounds through it. I got 500 rounds right here. I'm gonna fire through them before I even make that decision but as fine maybe 400 or 500 rounds for each of these, they shoot exactly the same. This one's maybe, you know, this one right here is a little less kick because it's heavier, it's got a longer barrel, but this one still, you know, kicks like a 40. This one kicks like, you know, maybe like 40, but with the compensator on it, maybe it's gonna kick a lot less. So, to the people that want to buy a 1911, what do you want it for? Do you want to modify it? Do you want a competition shooting? Do you want to carry it every day? Well then, this would be for you. This design. The 80 series with 4-inch bull barrel. Very easy to carry, small. This one's a lot different to carry. It's a little more, it sticks out a little more, but it can be carried. But this gun right here is a gold cut. It's a classic gold match. It's a gold cup gun, so it was made for competition. As you can see, there's competition sights on it, etc. If you're wanting to do that, modify it, and you want it to modify it to shoot it and have fun with it, then I'd go towards this series, 70 series. But I don't think it would make a difference to modify it with the 70 series and the 80 series. For the government model with the bush barrel, which is got a bush on the end, you're gonna get a lot more upgrades for it, or enhancements. You know, they make tons of barrels for them and stuff like that, and they're very affordable. This one, this barrel, this is called a bull barrel. This is a matched bull barrel. I mean, this one, you know, there's only one of them that can fit in it, which is this one. You might be able to thread it. You know, the only thing I'm probably gonna do to this is maybe hone the tip out to make it more like you know, Wilson Combat they have that. I forget what they call it. They drill it out so it's angled out a little bit. One thing I'll probably do this and polish it up. I mean, it's a great barrel. This is a great gun. This is also a great gun. People say this is better than that one. I don't know. People say these are both junk, that, you know, Glock's the way to go, etc., because of all these stress tests. So, getting to the stress test, I've only seen a stress test on a newer model, government model, with the safety plunger. I haven't seen a stress test, I'm sorry, or a torture test, you'd call it, let's say torture test, with one without a safety plunger. Maybe that makes a difference. I mean, this is the basic design of a 1911. It isn't the real 1911. It's a lot more tighter than a 1911 would be, and now it's loose. They say that the Kimbers don't like to feed reloads, etc. But I've shot in already maybe 200 reloads out of here. I've shot in 50 steel casings out of here. Still don't have liquor problems with it. Tons of brass I've shot out of here. Well, you know, not tons, probably about another 200 or 300 with the brass, because right now ammo's hard to find. So whatever I get, it feeds through it. So getting back to the torture test, I want to probably do a torture test on this one and this one. Just for one, this is got a bushless barrel with a safety plunger in it. That might make it or break it. And this one has no safety plunger. I'm gonna see how a stress test or a torture test does on the 70 series. You know, doing the water, sand, mud, shooting a full magazine out of it. And I'll use the original Kimber magazines. And I may switch to Wilson Combat if I have problems. But before I do that, I'm gonna shoot another 500 rounds through each of these, just to see how they run. So I'm looking towards the end of the month, or the end of next month, or maybe late in October. If you guys want to see it, go ahead and like, subscribe, hit that bell so you're notified when I do this test, so you can see exactly what goes on with this test. But if you guys think, you know, it's the same, you know, it's gonna misfeed. The only problems I see with these is the sand. The mud is not too much, and also the water does really well. And some tests, they say that they compared one of these 1911s with the Glock 17. Some Marines did. They jumped into a well. They got pushed into a well, And the 1911 did really well. It didn't have any misfeeds. But then again, the 1911, when the Glock 17 had some issues, but very minor issues. They're both great guns. I'm not dissing the Glock, and I'm not dissing the 1911. A lot of people want to diss the 1911. It's an old, you know, grandpa gun. To me, they're great guns, and they do not decrease in value. You know, you buy this, and someone's gonna pay you just as much for this. You buy a Glock, same thing. You buy it for 500 bucks, someone's gonna pay you for almost 450, almost five, maybe even 500 for it. Just like these. You buy them for $1,000 bucks, someone's gonna give you $1,000 bucks, just as near $1,000 bucks for them, $800, $900. You're not gonna lose very much out of these. And you can run as many rounds you want through them, and they don't care. Kimber, on the other hand, people say the reloads don't cycle through there very well. Like I said, I've cycled 50 or 60 of them through there a case. They've been fine. I'm gonna cycle another maybe 5 to 1,000 rounds through these to see how the reloads work, and I will record that too. Also, just like I said at the end of the video, like or subscribe so you can see my stress test on this one. It should be in October. I'll be doing that. This one I want to do it on too, but it's my everyday carry. I don't know if I want to do it, but I do want to do it. I might find one with the bushless barrel, a less expensive one, because this is my everyday carry. This one, you know, it's not my everyday carry. This is just my fun gun. Besides the series of 80 versus 70, same. I figured, you know, maybe the slide goes back a little smoother, but it's not enough to tell. Maybe the trigger is a little more sensitive, but then again, it's not much to tell. This one could be adjusted differently than that one, you know, because I did buy these used, but they are great guns. You know what I mean? Anyways, guys, I will be making another video next week. So about 9 versus 40 versus 45 defense rounds, and also I'll be making a video of review on this gun, and I'll be making an enhancement video on this one. Alright guys, so if you guys want to see those videos, go ahead and hit that bell or like, subscribe. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great 4th of July.